I think that in the AI future, and usually when I say this, I'm saying it to real estate professionals, but even in moving and in all walks of life, it's the ones that have the emotional connection. Like caring is going to be the currency in the new age. Like the whole 90% and the 10% great, like the 10% great are going to be the ones who have a relationship with the clients. And that's kind of why this whole movement, like with Nobody Move, we developed.
Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the Dream is Real podcast. This is the show where we turn your real estate dreams into reality. I'm your host, Kim, and before we begin, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, turn on those notifications so you never miss another episode. Today, we have our guest with us here that is not about closings and listings, but is one of the most stressful transitions after purchasing or selling a home. And we are going to welcome Robert Esposito.
Thank you.
Right? He is the owner of Relocators and Nobody Moves. Welcome, Robert.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Kim.
All right. So let's dive right on in. Okay. So your business simplifies the process of relocating, cleanouts, storage, estates, and stuff like that, correct?
Yep. Online auctions, the whole transitioning.
Okay, great. So I know we did a little research in the back. Okay, and so your company traces roots back to your grandmother. Is this correct?
My grandmother got breast cancer, and my mother was liquidating her house.
Okay.
From that, she put an ad in the paper, old stuff out, brings the money in, let us show you where to begin. And she was like one of Long Island's first estate sale companies.
Awesome.
So I kind of just borrowed
Expanded.
$4,000 and bought a box truck when I was like 22 and started Relo to kind of assist with like the houses.
Wow. Okay. All right. All right. So, tell our listeners, like, what made you choose this direction? Like, why did you?
So I saw, like, when I'd work with my mother, I'd help her out, how fragmented the industry was as far as transitioning. Like, you had to call all these companies. And also, when the people were alive, the assisted living directors, they hated the movers. They'd like force me to rent a truck and twist my arm into moving them. So finally, I wanted to be a business owner. I was waiting tables, and I just saw a need, and I wanted to fill it.
All right. All right. And so your tagline is "We take the stress out of moving."
Moving you through life's transitions.
Okay. All right. So what does that mean in concrete terms?
It's adapted into something else now with the book and everything, but it's making sure that, like, through all the transitions in your life, all the moves, whether good or bad or not good, that we're helping you through them.
Okay. All right. Great. Many of our clients go through changes like selling a home, buying another, relocating, and your service fits right alongside with that. Okay. So let's talk about where things stand, like in the relocation moving industry right now. So, especially on Long Island, like what trends are you seeing out there?
Depending on today's election, I think a lot of people are starting to move out of the city and see a lot of people moving down south. One statistic that I think I see that most people don't is Florida's the only place where people move back, and they move back often. It's too hot,
Yes.
it's hurricanes, it's all this. Everywhere else, like they're gone for good,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I see that a lot.
I used to always hear that a lot. Like, we're gonna move down to Florida, and then all of a sudden, hurricane season come along, and it's like, hey, let's
Yeah.
move back.
Or August. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So for real estate agents that are listening out there, okay, when a client is preparing to sell a home, what should they know about timing as far as partnering with you or with the mover?
So on the relocators end, we will be there for whatever you need. If, the seller hired somebody who's not dependable, we'll show up another crew and do a double move that day. If there's money about to go in escrow because they didn't throw away this stuff and they thought they were being a good neighbor by leaving a bunch of furniture the person don't want, we'll come and do junk removal. So on a relo end, like, we're there just to support you on all levels.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's super important because like many deals end up stalling
Absolutely.
because of that.
Absolutely.
Okay. So your promise to make moves stress-free, right?
Well, nobody can do that, but we ease the stress.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Okay, so walk us through, what is a step-by-step process?
So if you're, let's say, liquidating a lost parent's home or something, first thing I tell you to do, and I say this all the time, is my number one tip in the Nobody Move. You would be a hero if you told your clients to video their childhood home or the home they raised their child in before they bring any vendors in, because a day will come where they will probably pay anything to have that. So that's the first thing you should do. I think after that, you meet with your family, decide what's ownership to the members of the family. Then you call in the first vendor. If you feel you have an estate sale, call in an estate sale company. I would get a right now clean out price, just in case you get a cash buyer the next day and you want to just say, you know what, I'm not going to wait a few months. And then you go through the steps: estate sale, clean out, moving out stuff that you want, and then the final walkthrough after sale clean out.
Okay, all right. As a listing agent, as a real estate agent, okay, so their viewpoint, what can that agent do, or what can I do to help that process smoother for the client and for you?
So I'm living now in the space of Nobody Move. Relo has like 9 companies within it. I founded them all, all within the organization. I wrote a book because I had a gripe with the real estate industry like 3 years ago. And randomly, at the 2 weeks before I was self-publishing it to give away, I wound up getting a book deal, and it became this whole movement, which it'll probably be a law very soon. And what we're doing is all based on taking the non-functional idea of a closing gift and transferring it to a functional, customized listing appointment gift or prospering gift to prepare clients for like the emotional and logistical hurdles they're going through in life. And we're about to launch an AI app that takes you from 120 days out to the move itself, logistically and emotionally, with an AI component, and then a post-move punch list and a getting settled in your community. And the app is actually something where like affiliates and realtors partner with us, and it protects people from everything. Like just the idea of handing over your keys at a closing, it's the most ridiculous thing ever. You know how many people have those keys? Like pull a locksmith that day. So like it guides you all the way through.
Okay, all right. So you actually touched on a good part on like the AI and the technology that's out there today. Technology is like transforming like every part of real estate out there now. So how is it changing the moving industry?
I think that in the AI future, and usually when I say this, I'm saying it to real estate professionals, but even in moving and all walks of life, it's the ones that have the emotional connection. Like caring is going to be the currency in the new age. Like the whole 90% and the 10% great, like the 10% great are going to be the ones who have a relationship with the clients. And that's kind of why this whole movement, like with Nobody Move, we developed. Like 88% of people say they use their agent again, but 12% do. And now if you combine that with the average person lives to 78 years old and moves every 11.7 years, that's a move every 6.5 years, statistically speaking. So there's so much business on the table, and it's all about creating that relationship that like you're going to be generational with this family. And in moving, it's the same exact thing.
So let's address some of the pain points, okay, that are out there. What do you see are like 2 to 3 of the biggest challenges that you see clients facing when relocating? Like, how do you help them overcome those?
So I think above all, like they're not ready. Even if they're ready, they're not ready. Like they don't want to, or they're doing it for, extenuating circumstances like a divorce or death or kids going to college, So we try to like be very vocal about like every change is a new beginning, whether good or bad. Like, so on an emotional level, like we try to make sure we understand what they're going through. And logistically, we try to always be there, be straight up with communication. Moving's like a different industry. Like your deck builder shows up and he knows what he's measuring to give you an estimate.
Right.
You have an industry where people, one, were straight bait and switch criminals for years. And then even the good ones, they get a bad rap because they're estimating half the job And it's like I say, joking around all the time, like you wouldn't want the job of estimating how many times your spouse will want the sofa repositioned. So it's like you don't know what you're estimating ever. So
Right.
it's like being there at all times with constant communication is the only way to achieve like expectations in a scenario like that. And that's what we try to do.
Okay. All right, great. So, in your experience, like, what are some of the misunderstandings that you'd like to debunk about moving? See anything?
What I just said pretty much
Yeah.
about the like even the good ones that get a bad rap, because there are the other side. There are the bait and switch, and there's no doubt about that, And it's hard to contend with that because when people are shopping estimates, they're being cost conscious. They got a lot of money to spend. But I think like real estate on a whole, I think the realtor has the most important job because they become the agent for everything. Like they got to be the title guy, they got to be this, they got to be the solar person with the leases and the taxes now, and like that's all the stuff we're addressing and nobody moving. I love what you guys are doing. Like I was talking to LeVar and with the AI and everything. We're so in line similarly, so I'm very happy to be here. I love that you guys are doing all that.
Great, great. So, you partner with a lot of real estate professionals, correct? The attorneys, the brokers.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. What do you feel makes an effective partnership from your end?
Supporting them and being accountable no matter what happens.
Okay.
Like dollar smart and penny stupid. Like that's what you got to be.
Right. Okay. So for agents, clients who are relocating out of the area, all right, or buying from somewhere else, they're coming into the area, right? How can they best leverage your services?
The best way they could leverage our services, I'd have to say, is using us as a resource for the other services they need. And I'm learning that now too. I have a location in Florida, but with the whole nobody move thing, like connecting it, like people are lost when they go to the other side on like where to go. And, the average person doesn't know, like there's networking groups with, people that are trusted that you could look up or, they're going to the best thing they have right now, I think, are the Facebook moms groups because they're taking over the world. But, like giving them the resources they need or even us as real estate professionals, like, hey, we know these people on the other end. If you want to link up with them for whatever you need, I think that's going to help them the most.
Okay. So US Relocators and Nobody Moves, it's still US Relocators, right?
Yes.
Okay. Are they two separate entities?
Yes.
They still
completely.
one. Okay.
Nobody Move is the book, which is now a whole brand that we're, launching. It's going to be education and multiple books and AI apps and products. It'll probably be CE, if not licensing stuff in the next year for education for all real estate professionals. And
Awesome.
it's all about preparing like the industry for. So when I built Relo after Hurricane Sandy, I got heavy into like restoration and stuff. So I wasn't dependent upon the real estate industry anymore. And I saw that like the industry was set up to take you to the walkthrough and walk away, like kind of. And really like that's where like the awards come in and stuff. And that's where the real problems come in for the people. So like I think the carry through is what makes like the top professionals, so successful because they know to carry through and
Right.
that's kind of like the standard that we're trying to achieve with Nobody Move.
Okay. All right. Is there anything in particular that you would want our viewers to know? Like okay, put it this way. So what's next for Relocators and Nobody Moves coming into 2026? What are your goals? What are you looking to do? Oh.
So with Nobody Move, we're about to launch an app that is affiliate to anyone touching real estate pre-transaction, where they can give it out and it really supports people with the AI component. And we have a major national plan for like marketing these care packages, which are listing and prospecting gifts that are functional. And I have plans for a few more major books. We're going to do Nobody Move, I Barely Can, which is downsizing to death, but it's about growing old. Nobody Move, Moving Horror Stories, which is about perseverance in business and business moves. And Nobody Move, hard sex, easy moves, which is about cohabitation and relationships and divorce moves. So
Okay.
like we have this whole line of majors that we plan on coming out, and we really want to make like the concept of moving logistically like a metaphor for like your path through life and how you transition and how you know, grow as a person, whether you're like happy about the transition you're making or obviously you're sad about it, you know. So we have a lot of stuff going on there. And relocators thankfully has been around 18 years. You know, we're solid and we're operating. And the real estate industry for us has been tough the last few years, like year and a half, but it seems to be coming out of that now. So the residential local jobs are not as prolific as they were. So we're more heavy on the restoration and the out-of-state moves we're seeing. But we need people to stay in New York and move around New York, you know? So
So with Nobody Moves in the books that you have, are they all online or are they
they're
in the
already-
stores?
So the only one is Nobody Move Without Reading This, which is like the Bible on moving, but moving through life. That's the first one. The other majors are like every 2 years planning them. We have a journal for memories, which is like write down journal of your transition that you keep with you, like past, present, future, and the step-by-step guide, which is the workbook, but we're putting it out as an AI app, and everything's digital and audio
Okay.
and hard copy.
They would be able to get that off of your website?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right. Great. All right. So are there any up and coming services or expansions, trends that you want the audience to know about?
I think
Besides the books?
it looks like we're gonna, you know, have education from Albany soon, based on Nobody Move, for real estate pros. So we're really hoping for that and working towards that. And we do like customized care packages, like I said, where you could co-brand with us, and you know, a Nobody Move Without Me agent, meaning without me, meaning you. You, the agent, are the without me. So we're like excited about all that stuff that's launching right now.
All right, great. All right, so for any listener that's listening out there today, buyer, seller, agent that wants to connect with you, like how would they be able to get in touch with you? What's the best way?
So US Relocators.com is the main site for relocators. Sistersincharge.com is for our estate sales and online auctions. And you can, you know, do very well furnishing a house if needed. And nobodymove.com is for all the stuff, education and the book stuff.
All right, great. All right, thank you, Robert, for
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
all right. And thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Dream is Real podcast. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. If you would like to follow us, you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Dream Select Realty, on X at Dream Select Home. And if you would like to be a guest on the show and you have a story to tell, please reach out to us at hometeam@dreamselectrealty.com. And always remember, the dream is real.
Love that.